Texas hockey fans, it's finally here. The home opener is tonight at American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. We're back. We're so back. Welcome to Clean Sheet of Ice, Texas Hockey Podcast, brought to you by Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. We love Zing Zang. Zang responsibly today. It's a late game, 8:52 puck drop, 8:30 start is what they say, but it's on ESPN. It's going to be an 8:52 puck drop. So Zang responsibly with Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix, all day today for the Stars home opener. I'm your host, Don Straitman, joined always by Dom Garcia. How we doing, bud?
Man, the hockey world's going to be on this one. ESPN will be there. Frank Saravelli has been to every single rink in the league.
Mhm.
And I think I saw, maybe it was on Victory Plus, he's like, Dallas might be the #1 food town currently in the NHL. That might change when Houston comes in. But for now, there's some nice spots. And I'm 300 miles away from AAC, but even I can feel the energy is going to be big. The suits are going to be out, and the fans, you better get there early.
Yeah, at 5 o'clock, they're doing the green carpet. So the guys come in, they show off their outfits. In past years, it's been suits and sneakers and boots and cowboy hats and that kind of stuff, like suits only. You got to go tie most of the time. Now the rules are relaxed. I've been talking to guys in the locker room. A lot of them are really excited to show off like there's actual style and not just their hockey style, because hockey players are traditionally suit guys, Rolexes, button ups, they like to dress nice, and a lot of them will probably still do that. But now you get to add some character into it. Your personality can show. I know Matt Duchene's outfit is going to be pretty fun tonight. We talked about that a lot last week. So it's going to be interesting to see what the green carpet's like. But that's at 5 o'clock, and the game doesn't start till 8:52. So I'm going to be down in the plaza just before 5 when that starts, and then I'm going to be there for 4 hours, essentially, before the game starts. Don't like that. Don't like that one bit, actually.
Man, Puck better be there, man. Puck better be there early.
I need to meet Puck. I haven't met Puck
Yes.
yet. Maybe I'll meet him today. So before we talk about the previews of the Minnesota game tonight and the Vancouver game on Thursday night, I'll be back on Friday with an episode recapping the Thursday night game and I guess this game on Tuesday night. So before we get into that, I want to talk about everything that I learned in the locker room yesterday at practice. They got back from a 2-0 road trip against two division rivals. It was a great road trip. I think the guys were not satisfied with their game, but they're happy they came out with the most amount of points possible. We'll start with Glenn Gulutzan, head coach. What a world of difference this head coach is compared to the last head coach. It's staggering the answers that you get in a press conference where you're asking a very simple question and Gulutzan is giving you probably the most complex answer he can give you without giving anything away about his team. It's incredible. Like, someone just asked him, like, what do you think about the Colorado game? Obviously, it's probably not the way you wanted to play. And he goes, yeah, I thought there was two sequences that were really good in that game. And you can't beat a team where you're having to punch back and capitalize on the smallest of mistakes and go in and get the goals. The boys did a great job of that. We didn't have our legs. We didn't play a good game. We still came out on top. That's a good hockey team, but great hockey teams don't have those types of games. And I was like, okay. So he's not satisfied with it, but he gave a really complex answer of how the boys did a really good job of fighting back and punching when they could. And he said there was two sequences. That was the one thing that he stood out. And it was the robo where he cycled around, gave it to Miro, gave it down to Essa, and then over to Bastian. He mentioned that one. And then he mentioned the one where Thomas Harley shot it from the point and robo tipped it. Those were the two sequences that he mentioned that he really liked about their offense. And the rest of it, he was like, it was all right, but the boys did a good job. So yeah, he's not satisfied, but he's liking what he's seeing so far.
That's really good to hear, because that sounded a lot like our last podcast. Like, we both kind of watched that game and went, we didn't play bad, but there's a lot of improvement that we could see going forward. And it's really good to know that he sees that as well. And he's open to even mention that, because most coaches would just say, it's in the past and we got to go back and change a few things and we'll be there for the next one. Like, it's just that kind of cookie cutter answer. That's really good to hear.
Yeah, he was proud of the way the guys played. He thought Jake was fantastic in both games, I think. And obviously, you see 4 goals on the goal sheet, and you're like, that's kind of tough. But the first game, there was 3 breakaways on Jake Ottinger. Obviously, they went 3 for 3 on that. Like, that's tough, but it's breakaways. Like, good shooters are getting paid big money to score goals, and Kyle Connor did that 3 times that night. It's like, okay, you can kind of let that one go. And then Colorado's a great team. They cycled the puck really well. They played a really good game. I saw Avalanche fans kind of tired of the Avalanche fans, by the way. It just keeps happening. I'm taking hiatus about tweeting back at Avalanche fans. I may still tweet about them every once in a while, but we're not playing them until March. So I'm taking a hiatus until that game. I'm over it. I will keep tweeting out Mikko clips because I can't stop. He's too good. And turns out he's a $12 million play, but whatever. Yeah, he thought Jake was really good. He thought the defense is like still trying to figure things out. And like we keep saying on the podcast, defense is going to have to figure it out for a while. But Glenn it's a nice change of pace from last year where you ask a really good question, you think, and you're trying to get a really good answer out of Pete DeBoer, and he didn't give it to you because he wasn't interested in it or it didn't strike a chord with him and you just didn't get anything out of it. Every once in a while, he would give really good complex answers and detailed answers, but it's almost every question that Glenn gets is detailed and focused and long, which I appreciate.
Yeah, no, this team, man, like it's him, and he's not doing a whole lot, but the demeanor that he walks around with has definitely changed. Not only the way they play, but just how they hang out together on as a unit.
Yeah, they're playing around. They're doing drills before practice, after practice, like working on specific things that they want to work on. They're not just getting off the ice when practice is over. Practice was 36 minutes yesterday from start to finish, but the guys were out there for 30 minutes before, and a lot of them stayed 15 minutes after. So they're having fun. Did learn some things at practice yesterday. Some funny stuff. So I talked to Colin Blackwell for a long time yesterday, talking about NBA stuff. He's a big Milwaukee Bucks fan. One of his best friends, Pat Connaughton, played for him for like 7 years. So we talked about Giannis and trades and all kinds of stuff. But then I congratulated him on his 300th game. I asked him how it felt, and he was like, yeah, I mean, it's a big accomplishment. Like there's a lot of DNPs, a lot of CDNPs, and a lot of injuries that went along the way. Like I feel like I've been here for so long, and I'd finally hit the 300 game mark. Like I was like, that's an awesome accomplishment because like hockey players, when they hit a certain game mark, whether it's 300, 700, 1500, like Brent Burns the other day, everyone celebrates it. Whether it's the guys in the locker room, there's coaches, there's media people. They're like, that's a big deal. Whereas in other sports, I don't think you see that very often unless you hit like an astronomical number. It doesn't really matter what 100 number you hit in the NHL. It's a big deal every time. So I thought that was really cool. Congratulating Colin Blackwell. He's one of my favorites in the locker room. So I appreciate that. Congrats, Colin.
Yeah, no, really good player. And, that not a lot of players get there. And especially with, you look at the time he's been in big moments. He's been in fourth line. Like he's been in situations that a lot of players would just not succeed in. And he's continued to just be that steady level guy. And he seems like a guy that would be a good hang, just hanging around with one of the boys.
Yeah, I'd love to get a drink with him one day. It'd be a lot of fun with him, I think. But so Colin was great. Talked to Mikko, actually. I went up to Mikko and was like, hey, what was going through your head on that assist to Thomas Harley where Daryl Razor on the broadcast says he's got eyes in his ears, talking about Mikko because he just threw a pass backwards. He never looked. He didn't do anything. I was like, all right, Mikko, I just kind of need to hear what your thought process was. Like you crashed the net. You ended up getting that puck off of a skate from Nils. And he was like, yeah, so I came in, I had the angle towards the goal. So I kept kind of going that way. I saw Wedgie had overcommitted and I didn't want to put it in his chest and just either have chance where someone's trailing and they can get that puck off of his chest. So I didn't really want to do that. So I thought that the defense was pressing real hard. They were crashing down on me. So I figured someone's probably coming. I hope someone's coming, essentially, is what he said. So he dumps it backwards, and he's like, I just got lucky that I went into Harles's just wheelhouse and was able to just hammer it home. Like it was a very smart play, but it was also just like, I think all of these things are happening, so I might as well just try to dump it back and hopefully someone's there. It's kind of really what he thought there. But it was a fun play by Mikko, and he understands that he kind of got lucky with Thomas Harley just trailing back there, and it went right into his wheelhouse and was able to one-time it there. But I thought that was really funny. It's like, I have all of these options right here, and they're not good options. The best option for me is to just dump it into free ice, hopefully that no one stick gets it, and one of our guys gets it, and then it's a goal. And it did. It worked out that way.
That's crazy because he had maybe a second to like make the decision before doing something. And to just like it's kind of like boxing when like you set up a positioning and you're on that angle. Like
Mhm.
most people would take that shot, and it's the right shot to take if you've been training it. But to go against the grain and just kind of being like, hey, I've played enough hockey to know that somebody over there is going to be open. Like that's insane.
Yeah, it was a lot like Pete DeBoer's system last year. Is like there's someone always trailing the person with the puck. So Miko was trailing Nils. Nils had the puck. He got through the D zone and had the guys on his back. He kind of passes it over to the side because he sees green and white somewhere. He doesn't know exactly where. It goes off of a skate. Miko collects the puck, dumps it backwards into Thomas Harley's one-timer slot. So it was a fun play. I was just curious what Miko was thinking because, like you said, there's a second, maybe 2 seconds with him grabbing the puck, skating with the puck, and then dumping it backwards. It was just a very quick thing. And he's like, the only option I had to shoot, there was no angle, is shooting into his chest. And that's not a smart play because you're just shooting into a chest. Like, that's a pretty easy save. But he saw that wedgie overcommitted. And he's like, if I dump it back and there's someone back there, that's a goal. So it worked out that way. And it was fun. The other thing from practice was really interesting was the battle drill. I don't know if you saw Leah or Sam's tweet yesterday of the video. So if you haven't, maybe I can put this in a social media clip and as I'm talking about it. But everyone is on the boards. Everyone is in pairs. So like Wyatt Johnson and Maverick Bork were a pair. Liam Bischel and Alexander Petrovich were a pair. The goalies were a pair. Like everyone was paired up. Tyler Shagan got matched with Miko. So that's going to lead into something funny in the locker room afterwards. But it's a battle drill is what they call it. So they're all on the boards. There's a puck, I don't know, maybe 7-8 feet in front of them. When the whistle blows, every pair goes after their puck and they have to battle each other. And there's penalties and everybody's kind of throwing each other around. Like Essa was ragdolling Rupe a bunch of times, like he just holding him and spinning him around and throwing him on the ground and stuff, like all penalties, but he ends up with a puck. And it's for 15 to 20 seconds that they're battling for the puck. Whoever has puck at the end of the whistle wins. The loser has to do push-ups. And they did that 3 times. And everyone in the locker room walked in just exhausted, which I thought that was really funny. And Glenn talked about it in the press conference. He was like, look, that's a hard drill. Anyone a wrestler in here? And no one raised their hands, which was really funny. None of the media were wrestlers, turns out, in high school. But it's a hard thing. Like when you go to battle for 3 minutes, like you're exhausted afterwards. This is only 15 to 20 seconds, but they're battling as hard as they can. And we were like, can you do this drill in like March? He was like, probably not. Like we're able to practice a little bit harder. We got fresher legs. We got a lot more juice in the tank right now, but this is part of it. And when talent is equal, physicality and effort wins. And that's what he's trying to build with this Dallas Stars team. They're doing battles. Like Liam Bischel got ragdolled by Petro 3 times. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
it's a fun drill. And it was chaotic because we didn't know it was coming. They're all like lining up. And we're like, so is practice over? Because they got in the circle, like in the face-off circle in the middle of the ice around the Dallas Stars logo. Right before that, we're like, practice is probably over. And then they all blew the whistle. They all went to the boards. Then this happened. And we're like, what is happening? This is crazy.
Yeah, no, that's so I'm a mixed martial artist, so I know firsthand like grappling. A lot of people think they can do it, and then you get into an exchange, and in a minute you realize all those miles I can run doesn't mean anything. It's that weird kind of just country strong strength that you have to develop with your hands. And I just love how different things are going. I mean, I don't know how often they practice in AAC. They usually have it at the Star Center. So like just changing everything up to what these guys are used to has them on their toes. And yeah, no, we have the talent to hang with anybody. We've known this, but if you can get the Stars playing physical and playing in front of the net and battling for pucks like that, like if we get our first liners doing that, because we already know our fourth liners are grinders now. Like if you can get the entire team doing that, that's going to do well for your club.
Yeah, and the other thing that I kind of know, so I'm trying to look at the schedule real quick for this week. I can tell you, I know they're in AAC again this morning. I'm going to go for morning skate practice on Wednesday at American Airlines Center, morning skate at American Airlines Center. Practice on Friday is at Comerica. So Monday through Thursday this week is all AAC. Glenn mentioned it in the press conference. We were like, hey, we're here and not at Frisco right now. Like, what's up with that? And he goes, you want to practice how you play. And I think the venue matters in that sense because we're about to have our home opener. He said he was most excited about the fans coming back as a head coach again for the second time. He's so excited to have fans in AAC. He says they're the best fans in hockey, all that kind of stuff, which every coach will do that. But I think the Stars do have a very good, from an Americans team aspect in the NHL. I think we have one of the best fan bases, one of the best barns, one of the best just loud environments. And Glenn is very excited about that. And he said, what better way to practice for your first home opener than in AAC? You can't simulate that in Frisco. There's no seats everywhere. There's just bleachers. It's white. It's not as big and grand and all of that kind of stuff. So he wanted to practice in AAC. I think we're going to practice at AAC a lot more, which I would appreciate. It's a shorter drive for me and makes it a lot easier. But I think we're going to see a lot more AAC practices, which is more fun. The seats are comfy. Like I don't have to stand in front of the ice and get terrified when a puck comes at my face and hits the boards. But yeah, I thought that was really interesting. And I think it's going to be fun tonight. It's going to be a long night, but it's going to be really fun.
What a better way to bring all the fans back in AAC than playing the Minnesota Wild.
It just had to be them, right?
Yeah.
Just had to be them. All right, so we're going to preview Minnesota and Vancouver, but first I want to talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code CSOI, that's CSOI like clean sheet of ice, when you sign up and play your first $5. When you play $5 on Underdog, so you're going to give Underdog $5. You can win money on that $5, by the way. Not a big deal. You can win up to 5,000 times your money. When you do that, they're going to give you $100 in bonus funds immediately. So you play $5, they're going to give you $100. Seems like a pretty good deal. So sign up using promo code CSOI. You're going to win money all hockey season long. We got NFL going on. It's prime football season. Win some money on the weekends, and then during the week, you play some NHL. I won some yesterday on the Toronto game. I just hit higher than on shots for pretty much everyone in that game. Won some money. Not a big deal. I love Underdog. Underdog Fantasy is amazing. Use promo code CSOI when you sign up. They're great. Just a great sponsor. So download the app today. Sign up with promo code CSOI and score $100 in bonus funds or entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code CSOI. Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 or older, 19 or older in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or older in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. We're in Texas. You're good here. If you're a Texas hockey fan in Texas, you can use Underdog Fantasy. Terms apply. See assets.underdog.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, or Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 HOPEline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Shout out to Underdog Daily Fantasy. Use promo code CSOI when you sign up. It's a clean sheet of ice. CSOI. Win some money this hockey season with Underdog Fantasy. It's a mouthful every time, guys. It's a mouthful every time, and you're not going to get away from that. So use promo code CSO when you sign up for Underdog. It's a good time. I won some money yesterday. I put some more money up for today for the Stars. I hit higher than on Kaprizov, higher than on Mikko, Robo, Wyatt, and I took the Stars to win the game. So you can win up to 5,000 times your money with Underdog. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Yeah. So win some money Underdog. It's a good time. It's a good time.
Go for it.
All right. Tonight, home opener, 8:30 game, 8:52 puck drop. We're going to have the green carpet out. We're going to have the fans in there. They're giving out like schedule magnets for the game for your fridge for the first how many ever thousand people. It's going to be an awesome night. It's going to be popping at AAC. This is the first game that we've had at AAC since late May, June 1st, May 31st, somewhere in there. There's been no Mavericks games there outside of the preseason when there's not been Stars games outside of the preseason. This is the first big moment since May, late June in AAC. The Stars are back in town against the Minnesota Wild. What are we looking for in this game? First home opener with Glenn Gulleton as head coach again. First home opener for Mikko Rantanen. We got the boys back. It's going to be fun. I would assume that we're seeing Jake in net today.
Yeah, I would too. Minnesota, I think, is coming off a back-to-back. I'm pretty sure they played last night. So I'm looking for, we had that physicality buck paddle drill. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Liam Bichsel laying the wood. I'm looking for Thomas Harley. I'm looking for Matt Duchene. His spinorama this year has been so fun to watch because there are times where I've watched him enough to know this is a spot in the ice where he likes to spin. The other team knows it, and they still he finds ways to get open looks. So Matt Duchene has been such a pleasure to watch this year. He looks like a leader on his line. And that's something really cool to see is like each line kind of has a guy, no matter what their pairings are, they kind of have a vocal voice in calling plays. And Matt Duchene has definitely been that guy on his line. But really, I'm looking to see, can Lundqvist keep up this high level of plays on? Because tonight we got a very good defensive pairing in Minnesota, and that's going to be a battle to watch. And if Lundqvist can keep this up, dude, like we get our defensive positioning down, like we're going to be a really tough team to beat tonight.
Yeah, it's strange when you talk about Nils because I think he's been the worst defensive positioning defenseman so far.
Correct.
But he's been such a plus on offense that it's kind of hard to just be like, man, Nils isn't playing that good because he's been really good. I know he was a -2 the other night against Colorado. It is what it is. One of those, like, he was in the right position. He just didn't make the play on the puck. He'll get used to it. He's getting closer to being in the right position, but he's been the worst one so far. And Leon's been a little bit out of touch, but he had a big block on one where he just completely fumbled the bag, where he threw the puck back past the blue line into the defensive zone, and Colorado grabbed it, but then he gets a blocked puck. So, yeah, I think Nils is going to be really fun this year because he's unleashed. Like, he's allowed to go make moves in the offensive zone, even with Thomas Harley on his line, which makes that line, that pairing and whatever line is out there with them, incredibly like fascinating to watch because both of them may crash. And if that happens and there's a bad puck, bad bounce, whatever it is, like, what's going to happen when everyone's rushing the other way? Is there a defender that's already made its way back, like Nils or Thomas, or is there going to be a forward that's trying to skate backwards? You never want to see that. That's kind of what scares me with that pairing, but their offensive upside is so good that, like, even if they do make that one mistake, they're probably making 2 or 3 really good plays to score points in the game. So I think that's going to be fun. The thing I'm looking for tonight is Kaprizov. Can you shut him down? The guy's an animal. He's so good. He just got his money. He's going to be trying to prove a point that, look, I'm not going to the KHL. I got $17 million. I need to kind of play like it. They've got a really good team. Faber and Kaprizov are they're both nuts. Boldy's incredible. Like,
Yeah,
they got a really good team, and they're always stingy. But we got Jake Ottinger in net against Minnesota. We don't lose those games ever.
Like, I was looking at today, like the Stars are averaging goals against like 4, I think. Like, that ain't gonna.
No,
it's not happening tonight. No way.
We're gonna get a. I'm gonna go final score prediction if you want to join in on this. I'm gonna do 3-1 Stars. I think Otter has a shutout through like 2 periods. They get a one in the early in the 3rd period, and then we get an empty netter and to make it 3-1. I think that's what I'm going with.
That's a more realistic prediction than I was thinking. I think 1 goal given up is most likely pretty close to a lock. Just, well,
it's 1 or 2, and I'm just
Boldy has been really good this year to start the year.
He's an incredible player.
I think that our 4th line is going to get us a goal tonight, and I think that Rupe is going to get him one. I think Rupe is going to get him on like a very fast kind of breakaway style situation. I'm going 5-2 tonight. The offense has just been a breath of fresh air this year. Robo looks like Robo right now, and really, like, that first pair, that Minnesota's got a great first pairing as well. No give credit to them, but like our first pairing, it's okay. Who wants it tonight? You got it, cool, and just boom, right down the ice. And I think it's going to be a track meet. I think there's going to be some hits, and I'm predicting a 5-2 game tonight.
I mean, I would take that. I'm just going off of past Minnesota games where it's always tight. It's always, you feel like you're in control, but it's only a 1-goal lead the whole time. That's what I feel like is going to happen tonight. I hope it's 5-2. I hope it's more entertaining for the fans. Like, a 3-1 game is not entertaining. It's just a 5-2 game would be even more fun. But I think Jake's going to stand on his head tonight. I think he's going to have a lot of fun. He loves those new Minnesota jerseys as well. So he definitely wants to stick it to him because they get to wear nice jerseys. So, yeah, I'll go 3-1. You're going 5-2. We'll talk about Vancouver for a second. I don't like their team, like, at all. Like, they don't strike fear in me. Like, when is Quinn going to get traded to New Jersey? That's what I'm on. That's where I'm at with this team.
Like, I've never been to Vancouver, but I've heard that, like, it's
I've heard
A
it's awesome.
fantastic town. It's kind of like Vancouver in the NHL is kind of like Dallas in basketball, where it's like, man, how could you not get a free agent to go to Vancouver? Like the Dallas Mavericks, I've always marveled. Like they go after free agents in the offseason. They
Never get
just
them.
somehow like Houston, like I love my city, but we get a lot of free agents to be like, yeah, I want to go to Houston. But I'm like, have you been to Dallas, Texas? Like, have you been downtown Dallas? Like, it's a great place to play, and Vancouver is a great place to play as well. But they've just never been on that kind of like line 1 through 4 been unison. It's always like if you can beat that first line, you can break that team. And they've Edmonton kind of broke them a little bit earlier, and I just I don't know who's going to be in that night, but whoever it is, I think they will play well. And I pretty confidently saying like, man, that would be a that'd be a 2 point game night for us.
I hope so. Yeah, the Canucks. Did you see the Evander Kane hit against the Oilers the other night?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That was fun. That's what we got to really look out for, especially with Minnesota and Vancouver. I think if someone's coming to hit you like they hit Miro the other night,
Yep.
where it should have been a boarding call, plain and simple. Like that was a boarding call, and the fact that Liam Bichel didn't go over there to fight, and it was Justin Ritzkovian that took a little bit longer to get down there. I just want to see someone be quicker to the scuffle, and Rupe's been really good at it. Robo's been throwing punches. Like a lot of people are more physical and physical after the whistle and everything. But if there's a big hit like that, like Evander Kane just threw the other night, we need someone to step up immediately. Just get on top of them, get them on the ground, either throw punches or don't, but just like make sure that everyone knows that we're not allowing that anymore. Last year that happened all the time. Like Mikko's first game with the Stars, he got cross-checked in the back at the blue line. They didn't call a penalty or anything, but Mikko's down on the ground. He's like, is anyone coming? Anyone going to defend your new $12 million man? No? Okay. That's not going to happen this year. I just want it to happen a little bit faster, and I don't need it to be Justin Ritzkovian every time. I need Leon in the mix. I need Robo and Rupe to get into it. Like Mikko, I want him to get into it. Like I understand that fighting is going to put you in the box for 5 minutes, but be physical. Be smart about it, but defend your teammates and be physical. I think if they start out 4-0, I would be surprised, honestly. Like it just seems like there's one game that we drop or go to overtime and lose or whatever it is. But I would love to go 4-0. And starting it out tonight, if they win tonight, then maybe I think we beat on Thursday. There's going to be Casey DeSmith in net probably on Thursday. I would have to guess, but they may just play Otter 4 straight games and then give Casey on Saturday. But we'll see what happens against Vancouver and Minnesota tonight. The home opener is here. Green carpet's happening. They got a giveaway going. AAC. We've never been more back. Never been more back.
Never been more back. I mean, everybody feels it. Like you mentioned, you're in the locker room. Like just it's the vibe. It's high, and if this offense is buzzing like it has been, it'll stay high for a long time.
I hope so. I mean, everyone's kind of just allowed to be hockey players. Like we keep saying, they're allowed to make plays. They're allowed to have creativity in their game. And I think that makes them a lot more happy. Like they were doing a drill where they were not even a drill. They were just fucking around. And there was a bucket in the middle of the ice yesterday before practice started. And they were all just trying to flip it as high as they could in the air, like beer die. Only when you toss it up. And they were doing that with the puck, went off their stick. Matt Duchene was on his knee, and he's doing it backhand. So he's doing it backwards because he's a left-handed player. He has it on his backhand, and he's playing it right-handed, and he's trying to flip it from his knee into the bucket before practice. Like they're just doing stuff for fun now and having fun. I think if that continues on, that the games will kind of be the same thing, and we'll see what happens. But I'm going to go to morning skate this morning, see what's going on. But we'll talk about that on Thursday or Friday when I come back for another episode. But any more thoughts about the home opener, the first 2 games in AAC before we get out of here, Dom?
My just thought is like all off season, I was like a nervous hockey fan just because there was so much going on, like contractually, and it has been so nice to like the vibes are so good. I haven't even thought about what Thomas Harley's AAV hit's going to be. Like it's not even, and I don't even think they've thought about it at all. They're just having fun playing hockey. I'm having fun watching them play hockey. It's so good to be a fan of the Dallas Stars right now.
All right, you mentioned that, so we'll get to give 30 seconds on it. I was talking to some of the media members. I'm not going to name names. yesterday, and I was like, what do you think Thomas gets now after the Lane Hudson deal? Because Lane Hudson signed an 8-year, 8.85 AAV with the Montreal Canadiens. He's obviously younger. He's only played one season. So getting him under that contract for the next 8 seasons is an incredible job by the Canadiens. Thomas Harley's a little bit older, a little bit more established, a lot more playoff games, a lot more points, just because he's older and just because he's been in the league a little bit longer and been doing it. I asked one guy, and he was like, I think Thomas comes under 10 AAV. And I was like, I don't think so. And I talked to someone else, and they're like, no shot it's going to be less than Bouchard. And I was like, all right, that's the camp I'm in. It has to be more than Bouchard. 10.5.
Miro is at less than 8, correct?
8.45, I believe. I think it's him and Wyatt and Rupe and all these guys have about the same cap hit. And it has nothing to do with Miro's contract, because this is a new league. The cap's already spiked significantly since when Miro signed that deal. He was younger. He signed that 8-year deal, and it was a big money ticket, especially for like a 21, 22-year-old when he signed it. Thomas Harley's contract's going to be different, and Thomas Harley's 23 right now.
What I will say is, no matter what that number is, even if it's higher than we think it is, it's going to marinate like Miro's contract, to where like it's going to feel like a steal. Like this guy, there's no way he gets a contract and lowers his play. Like he's not even close to his prime, and it's going to look like a bargain, even if it's a number that will shock us. I was thinking north of 10 as well. I was thinking like anywhere from 10 and 11. But we just need to, I haven't thought about it in a while, but we just need to get it done.
Yeah. I hope they just go ahead and call that a day. Get an 8-year deal done. Call it 11.7. I'll be fine if it's under 12. I'd love it if it was under 11, but we'll see. Yeah, so that's Thomas Harley. But home opener tonight, Minnesota, 8:52 puck drop. We're going to get this live here just a minute. Clean Sheet of Ice, Texas Hockey Podcast. We're back. We're so back. We're not going to be back after every single game. We just don't have the time. We don't have the commitment to do that. I can't go to the AAC, record it, upload it, and everything, and get it done before like 2 a.m. today. So I'm not doing it. It's a late game. I'm not doing it tomorrow, but I'll be back on Friday to recapping the Thursday and the Tuesday games for the Dallas Stars. Can't wait to get into it on Clean Sheet of Ice. Shout out to Zing Zang, America's #1 Bloody Mary mix. We love Zing Zang. Zang responsibly all day today. It's important that you responsibly Zing Zang today. And shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code CSOI. That's Clean Sheet of Ice, CSOI. When you sign up with Underdog Fantasy, play your first $5, get up to $100 matched on your first play and bonus funds. We love Underdog. Win some money this year. Drink some Zing Zang. Have a good time tonight at AAC. Everybody be safe. Everybody have fun. Cheer as loud as you can. I want to hear the home opener crowd just going freaking bananas. I want to hear a playoff type atmosphere at an 8:52 puck drop on a Tuesday night in October in Dallas in AAC. Can't wait for it, but we'll be back in a few days talking about these games on Clean Sheet of Ice, Texas Hockey Podcast.